Good afternoon, people. Welcome back to Mufc Realist TV Transfer Corner with your host, Mick Ruby. And this is the Transfer Corner. This is the silly season. This is what I love to talk about away from the Euros, because it's a brilliant style of football that we've seen at Euros, but we are here for Manchester United Sunday roast edition. You know what to do. We're going to talk about Wan Bissaka potentially scandalous bid going away from Manchester United for a 10 million euros or potentially 15 million euros, as per Galatasaray is swooping in. Who will be Wan Bissaka's replacement? Will this open up the door for Frimpong? We will discuss about this cool and composed as per usual. Also, Nacho is set to leave Real Madrid. Does this leave our Lenny Euro target, Lenny Longlegs, in jeopardy? We're going to talk about that as well. Also, Luke Shaw is playing himself to danger at England squad. Would you call, Southgate to say, get him back to Manchester ASAP so we can sell him in the transfer market as well? And who is the surprise free agent that Ten Hag really wants? Of course, it's Rabiot. Of course, this is MUC Realist TV. You know what to do. Finger that little like button, subscribe if you haven't, because here we bid. Like and subscribe. Let's go. Happy Sunday, people. It is the Sunday roast edition. Of course, it is Sunday, and there's a lot of transfer rumors going around, and we've seen a lot of aggregators regarding Xerxes regurgitating news, what's going on there with Xerxes. For me, it's crystal clear. It is pretty much on a 100 meter 80%. Why? Because Manchester United have spoken to the agent Kia Jubashian, given them favorable terms regarding the commission fee. I believe it's around £8 million in commission. It's flattering. Joshua Xerxes looks like he's open to the position. AC Milan has reported walk away and looking at other targets. It is just for Manchester United to walk into Bologna, speak about what is the, how do we actually divide the payments? How much do you want up front? 34 million is reported. How can we do this amortization? How much cash up front? And that, my friends, will happen as of the 1st of July, as we reported here on this channel. Why? Because Xerxes release clause, as I broke about 1 week ago, is starting to opening in the 1st of July. And now everyone is kind of catching up to that. I would just nip that in the bud, put it on the side. Well done, Manchester United. And I will do a separate video that I'm working about regarding Xerxes, why he fits like a glove at Manchester United. A lot of people don't really understand what kind of player he is. I certainly done my scouting. I've done all my research regarding Xerxes, and I will say, watch that video, watch the space, because he fits like a glove. Anyway, big up all of you that's tuning in. Of course, we're going to talk about the latest and greatest regarding Wan Bissaka. Jeff Steele is in the house all the way from Adelaide. G'day to you, mate. And, Scotty at the wheel, members as well. Big up to you. How you doing, Scotty, as well? Yes, Mark, I am live. You got the link. I am on, you can see that I'm on StreamYard. Just jump in and just have your say as well. Luman is also here saying G to you. Big up, Sir Mick Ruby. Big up to you, Sir Luman, as well. And Stephanie Griffith is also in the house, one of our loyal moderators. Wherever you go, in every chat channel, you see Manchester United, you see Stephanie Griffith. Big up, Stephanie Griffith, and keep those counts going. Let us get up to 100 likes. There is a poll up there. Let us please get up to 100 likes, because it's definitely helping the algorithm in the ITK transfer hellhole what YouTube has imposed on everyone. Because you keep drowning away from the big corporates. We are independent, smaller channel, just reached 30k, and thanks to all of you that's been supporting this channel since we've been around for 2 years. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Stephanie Griffith continues to say, I say sure before Wan Bissaka, but wages and injury records suggest another contract running down the saga with Luca Schuberto. We're going to talk about Luke Schuberto. I'm the biggest critic. Not that there's no agenda against Luke Shaw, but if you look at Luke Shaw's injury track record, he only featured 15 times last season for Manchester United. He got picked by Southgate to participate in the Euros, and he's still training by himself. He's still not fit. What are you doing there, Southgate? Why are you picking Luke Shaw? I just don't understand. Are you planning to use Luke Shaw in the knockout stages just in case we get there because we don't have a left back? And that is for me danger. That is for me screams massive danger. So if I was Manchester United, I will pick up the phone straight away and said, send Luke Shaw back to Manchester United, either so we can sell him. We don't want an injured Luke Shaw, right? He hasn't played football for 4 months. What do you expect him to jump in and make a difference? For me, Luke Shaw is with a critical eye, with my eye, spy with little eye. This is something that I believe Ineos has looked at, right? In terms of performance management, the type of availability, the wages you're on. Luke Shaw is about his pomp, 28, 29 years of age. He's got 2 years left on his contract. We are clearly looking at a new left back. And the names that keeps following us is no other than Milos Kerkez from Bournemouth that has fallen out with the club as well. So something's got to give, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to sell Malacia. That one is a cheap one that we got for 13 million pounds. And I think that he's working his way out to fitness. We need basically a left back that can stay fit for like 35, 30 games minimum. Luke Shaw offers you 15 max. Just go look at his track record and you will understand where I'm coming from. Personally, there's no agenda against Luke Shaw. He's fantastic left back when he's fit, but he certainly is not that, right? Ever since he had that leg breaker, his season, it's been like, on and off with injuries. Nobody really know what his injuries is all about. So for me, Luke Shaw will be the first one on the chopping block, but it will be difficult to who you're going to sell him. If Saudi Arabia comes in and say, we will offer you, 20 million for Luke Shaw, 30 million plus covering his wages, there is something that Manchester United should definitely do. And I personally go to Manchester and drive into the Manchester airport myself. As I said, no agenda against Luke Shaw, fantastic player, but we got to look at the squad first. We got to look at the competing for next year, compose a squad that is worthy and fit and healthy enough to play at least for the Europa League, all the club competitions and Premier League. So that is my opinion. Let me know in the comments, non-live and right now in the chat, what you think. Do you think that Luke Shaw should be sold in the summer? Let's move on. Hi guys, to you as well. Let's see who's in the chat. Big up Danny B Legends. How you doing this Sunday? Big bro with the scoop. Yeah, thank you. And we have a face that I haven't seen yet, Mr. Baljani. Why Manchester United cannot sell players like Wan Bissaka more than 10 millions and other clubs sell this player for good money? Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. But yet again, it comes down to Turkish clubs, right? So for Wan Bissaka, I remember there's Italy links as well. You can certainly get more money for Wan Bissaka. I think he's got 1 year left on his contract, and that is why it's on the cheap. Turkish clubs, we've seen it before, they like our players. Like Jose Mourinho wants to take a deadwood out like Lindelof. And I'm grateful that Galatasaray comes in there with a verbal agreement to say, like, we're willing to take him for 10 million euros. And are we that desperate to sell, or can we just hold on? So let's dive right into this story with your opening chat, right? Let's do this, right? Accordingly to this latest tweets that are coming out here, that Aaron Wan Bissaka has verbally agreed on a contract with Galatasaray. So that means personal terms. He's keen, he's interested to play at Galatasaray. They have good food there, good kebabs. Why not? Manchester United won 15 million for the right back, but Galatasaray are trying to reduce the fee for 10 million euros. What amongst further talks are set to take place. This is according to @Fanaticom Transfers. There's numerous reports regarding this floating around in today's Twitter, but I want to hear from you guys. 1 year left on his contract, fantastic player. Me personally, I would keep Wan Bissaka if we don't get a good bid, right? We need different options because Diego Dalot is obviously our first choice right back bombing forward. Wan Bissaka has been so this season, but Wan Bissaka is so good at 1-versus-1 defending. And there'll be moments where we can actually use Wan Bissaka when we play a tricky Doku, XYZ. But it's no secret that he's on the transfer list. And there's no secret that there might be Italian clubs where I personally believe that Wan Bissaka fits best. The dark arts of Italian defending and Wan Bissaka. It's a perfect marriage. But 1 year left on his contract. Of course, they're going to come in and say 10 million, while we want 15 million for him. I think his market value lies around 15 million pounds, to be honest, as well. What is your initial thoughts and opinions? I want to hear from you, Aaron Wan Bissaka, what you're saying here, Danny B. 20 million euro, take no less than that. Yeah, 100% echo what you're saying here, Danny, right? We are not Manchester United of the old. Like, we used to throw away, for peanuts, like even academy players we used to sell for 1 million. And Alvaro Fernandez, brilliant left back, up and coming, we sold him for 7 million euros to Benfica. What a mugs, and then you see other clubs like, selling like their academies for 40 million, like Cole Palmer, for instance. Okay, City sold Cole Palmer for 40 million, but he turned out to be what a player, right? He never kicked the ball in the Prem. And here we have a Premier League proven, arguably to say one of the world's best 1v1 defender. They're asking 10 million for him. I think we should definitely hold on. We should listen to it. But we should just wait for Italian bids also to come in, and even Saudi. But Wan Bissaka seems to be happy. Like, he's on his pomp, 26 years of age, I think. And, at the end of the day, if he wants to go to Galatasaray, fine. That is 10 million right into the bank. That's it, right? That's it. What is Jeff Steele saying here? Jeff Steele is saying, yeah, you're talking about Stephanie and you're talking about Luke Shaw. In all the years, United play only 44% of that time injury prone. Can you imagine? Luke Shaw hardly played 50% at Manchester United, 44%. What a record. Stephanie Griffith is saying 15 likes is like 15 degrees in Iceland. We need at least 40 degrees. If we can get up to 100 degrees, Mick Ruby will do his famous chicken dance. I commit. It's Sunday. We're here for the community, and let's see what you guys are saying. A lot of you talking about Luke Shaw, and you will replace him 100%. Please smash the like, 100%. And we have a commitment from Mark that he will come in shortly. So guys, be prepared. Mark Nurse is coming in. Good day to you, Sandra, as well. How are you doing, Sandra Myers? Good day, all. I mentioned yesterday that I would like Frimpong and Dumfries. 100%. Like, and this leads to my story. What I think is, like, if you are all of a sudden freeing up that right back position, who would you replace him with? And this is so important, because if we get rid of Wan Bissaka, this opens up the door for Jeremy Frimpong. We know that we are linked to Frimpong. He has a release clause of 35 million pounds, right? We know that the rumors with Barcelona, they were looking at Frimpong, but they couldn't really afford it. Manchester United has been linked to Frimpong. He knows Manchester. He used to play at Manchester City Academy. He's keen to make the move. And that release clause is opening up in 1st of July. Would it be a madness if we do all of a sudden sell Wan Bissaka and get a Jeremy Frimpong in? That'd be something. On a Hodometer scale, I put Jeremy Frimpong at 40%. Like, you have the Hodometer, guys. While we're doing this, guys, go into Mufc Realist TV. Go into the tab up there called Manchester United Transfer 2024. Get your votes in, like, because we are here. We are the only channel that does this on a real-time basis. We put every single player that we're linked to, and you voters can go in, and viewers can go in and put your vote in. What percentage chance do you think this player will come to Manchester United? At the end of the day, we're following it to the real time, to the done deal. And at the end of the day, we can also see the net spend. How much did we buy for, and how much did we actually sell for? So Jeremy Frimpong, it's all depending on Aaron Wan Bissaka. In a certain ways, makes sense when we look at the potential playing style that we do want to play. Everything needs to be sorted with the centre-back situation as well. It looks like we're walking away from Brentford. It looks like Lenny Euro, by the way, which is my favorite target. There was reports coming out that by Fabrizio Romano that Nacho has agreed verbal terms with Saudi Arabia League. And if they are getting rid of Nacho, which is one of the legendary fullbacks, centre-backs, they might bring in a, Lenny Longlegs, which is Lenny Euros. But it's all depending on, I hear some rumors that they might not want to sort of entertain that 40 million mark. They might just wait for get him for free, like what they did with the likes of Mbappe. But it's all coming down to, what do you want, Lenny? You know, do you want development? What do you want to be given first team football? And this is for me, like, you know, very important when you're an agent, right? Let's go up to his player profile. Yeah, 40 million pounds is the asking price. 1 year left on his contract. And the power lies with him. He chooses. But apparently Manchester United have entering the talks regarding Lenny Euro. And for me, he is the perfect right-footed centre-back. Now, it will be interesting to follow because, as I said, like, you know, it all comes down to where you're going to get minutes. Okay, it's flashy to go to the King's Real by himself, like, you know, to sit there on the bench. Will you get guaranteed minutes? Will you get development? If you look at Manchester United project, Ten Hag is famous for developing and giving youth a chance. So if he comes to Manchester United, he will 100% get minutes as a Rafael Varane replacement. Frimpong, there's going to be ping pong. And of course, if we talk about ping pong, we're going to bring in my favorite co-host. The M's is not completed with the other MMN in the house. Good afternoon, Mark Nurse. Welcome to the Sunday Roast edition. How are you today, sir?
I'm chilling. I'm good. Enjoying the day. It's nice weather out. You know, doubleheader tonight in the Euros. Been to a few games. It was interesting. But the transfer news is even more interesting so far because, you know, for me, as a United fan, we've always heard a lot of connections with a lot of players, and it's just always dragged on for like 4 to 6 weeks before we even signed a player. And in this first couple of weeks, we're already hearing that, you know, we have terms agreed, you know, deals close, negotiations are underway with a bunch of different key targets. You know, whether you like the players or not, we need to fill the defense. We need to get someone in the midfield, and we need a striker. The only situation I'm not 200% is the winger, because I'm like, we stacked up the wings, so I feel like on the wings it's not an important thing right now.
Well,
but
all right,
certainly.
Hold that beer, since you live in Germany. Like, you know, there's some good beers in Germany, per my understanding, some good Weiss beer, right? So hold that winger, because I'm going to bring in into the later on to the show regarding that winger situation. But in terms of what you're saying, moving faster than we are used to do, like, you know, under Murta, we used to do, like, you know, we used to slumber and sleep. You snooze, you lose, right? And we used to have panic 2 weeks left on the window and start moving. But now it feels like something is happening right behind the scenes. Ten Hag's been confirmed, that the targets has been aligned. So now you've seen the negotiations taking place. And normally you go by preference, like, you know, by, okay, we need center backs. Okay, we're talking about the center backs. But when an opportunity presents itself, like with the Zerk, right? The Xerxes, right? This is an easy thing to do. Like, you know, apparently we have advanced talks, personal terms agreed, agents commissions now sorted, release clause opening up in 1st of July. They just go to, you know, Bologna to say, what is the money up front and what can we do in amortization? So for me, if we get that one, that's like 35 million. That is cheap value on the market. There's other stories that we have a backup in Jonathan David. That link has been there for ages. I don't like Jonathan David. I don't rate Jonathan David. But if you look at Xerxes, if you dived into his profile, oh my God, you can understand that he is kind of that Martial type of player, right? Somebody that can sort of pick up the ball from the deep, link up play with the wingers, you know, a creator, and just arrive late into the box. Fucking 193 tall, good in the air, very explosive, very fast. And I'm about to do a video about it. So for me, regarding Wan Bissaka, I want to ask you the question though. Is it time, if you get a bid for 10 million, will you sell him, or would you just like hold on? Like, you know, would you just go like 15 million and just go for a Frimpong? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like, you know, 10 million is a little bit below the threshold for an acceptable fee. I think at this stage, if it's not 15, 20, we should just keep Wan Bissaka, do it in with another season. Maybe we get a better offer in the winter. You know, even if we don't get Frimpong now, we could get him in the January window. You know what I mean? You never know. Bayern Leverkusen could be knocked out of the UCL by then. You know, he could be willing to move, more willing to move. Could be a quicker deal to be done. I understand everyone wants to get in as much players as possible this summer, but it may not be a possible thing. We have to do with what's most important. I think 2 center backs are more important than getting our new right back. So it's all about how we do the deals.
It is. And I want to start a poll regarding this as well, by the way. Like, for me, I heard, I hear you. Center backs is more important. Like, the way we can sort of play the high line. We can play with 3 center backs, like 3 in the back we can play and have wingers bombing forward, right? So that is kind of a crucial. In order to do that, you need to have right personnel to do that. Like Milos Kerkez is one that wants go away. Like, he's a left back advancing forward. Luke Shaw can play that role, but he's not available. I would say Luke Shaw 100%, right? But I want to start a poll regarding the fee for Wan Bissaka. Should we just take it or should we just hold on? Frimpong deal release clause is opening up next month. And I don't see many clubs being linked to him. There was some rumors regarding Barcelona, but they cannot really afford it. I think this is such a good bargain to be made, like a Frimpong. I would like. Would you take a Frimpong, by the way?
Of course. I think, with the advent of the different setups, the formation is not that important. It's how they play on the field. And with Frimpong, a lot of people might say, hey, he's kind of like a Trent Alexander, better going forward than defensively. But if you have 2 really class center backs that can handle the job, then this guy is going to be very effective because he's decent enough to provide a defensive backup, and he's even better going forward. So, you're always going to have a threat going forward with him, and it makes the other team have to sacrifice another player to defend against him. So I think it's not too bad. I think it's one of those things where if the opportunity presents itself, we should go in for him. It's just how we're going to manage having all the players. I mean, Delo could shift to the left back, if you understand what I'm saying. So if we do go in for him, don't sell Wan Bissaka. We could still shift Jallo because right now we really don't have a secure left back starter. Luke Shaw is unavailable. He's injured again. He's not sure to be back for the preseason. And Malacia has been getting his fitness up in the last few months, but you're not going to rush him right back into game time week in, week out after such a long time away. So
100%.
It might be a good option. Delo moves to the left for a couple of games. Frimpong comes in, and in the January window we make some adjustments.
No, here you make sense, man. It makes sense, and every little piece of signing that we're gonna sort of make gives you kind of an indication how we're going to play next season. Guys, I just started a poll and it goes like this. Go and vote in the poll. I said basically, would you sell Aaron Wan Bissaka for 10 million and replace with Frimpong? You have 3 options: yes, no, and more money, meaning give me more money. Or would you just go like yes and get us for Frimpong? Big up for legends in the house. Burba is in the house. We're going to address the chat room as well. What you guys saying here? Rushman is here saying, big up. Rushmano legend Matt is saying we'll be lucky to get 20 million for Aaron Wan Bissaka. Jeff Steele is saying, what are you saying? Hey, Mark, 10 million for Wan Bissaka is a joke. Surely, definitely would worth twice, surely as well. I totally agree. Burba, what you're saying here, legend Burba, what you're saying, I always try to look at transfers if the tables were turned. If we were trying to sign Aaron Wan Bissaka for 10 million, they laugh at us at the room. 100%, man. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Just going to go and see what other people are saying as well. Inacho as a left back. Inacho is a centre back, but he can definitely play as a left back.
He definitely can. He's deputized at the left back more than 15 times in the last season. He's also played right back for a couple of games as well. So he's very versatile in the defensive role. He's majorly left-footed, but actually very good on both sides of the feet, very good on the ball, and is very, very stalwart in the way he defends. He's a leader in his current team, so might be a good option. He wants
might be a good option. So see what the members are saying. Legendary Cat is also all the way from Manchester, Greater Manchester. We have a Mancunian cat in the house. I have a Thai cat as well from the streets here. But this is a cat. This is our cat, legendary from Manchester. Wan Bissaka is definitely worth more. And I told you line there. Definitely told you line. There is DK Wilson's coming in to say if another team was selling Aaron Wan Bissaka to United, there's no way the price would be less than 20 million. So I echo. So everyone seems to be aligned that why are you coming in and lowballing bid? Because we used to be Manchester United under Ed Woodward. Those days are over. Read the room. We are under new stewardship. And under new stewardship, it is kind of, for me, I did a members video this morning to say that if you're Sir Jim Ratcliffe, you want to make a good impression for the fan base, right? You will not go in and say, we will not spend in the window, because there will be spending, right? But you will spend sensible. And I believe we will have more than 260 million to spend, and plus adding on the sales. And I believe that there's going to be some marquee signings because, you're coming in here as a new custodian. You want to make a first mark. You want to sort of impress everyone, but you can't not do everything in one window, Mark. So, look, at the end of the day, we might be surprised. We might sell, Aaron Wan Bissaka. We might get a Frimpong. And the one for me that I'm crying out for is João Neves. I believe that we were going to sign this guy 100%. He came in, and did you see him? He came in for 5, 6, 7 minutes yesterday. The first touches was just like, wow, almost goal contribution.
I have to say this for GB's sake, because I know GB is always up in the arms about, we need to get some pounds on João Neves. We need to beef him up. But I'm like, with his current skill set, you can definitely use him. He comes into the league. He's 19 years old. In a year or two, he's going to put on that muscle, that mass that that's going to help him be more physical. I think it's going to be a very good option. And if we're going to lose Casemiro, if we're going to, if we're really looking to change, we definitely need to make a statement this summer. And I think no other statement would be to bring in one of the best defensive midfielders or midfielders in general at the moment, a young, promising player with lots of potential.
Yeah, 100%. We have KG's shampoo in the house. Are we talking about our legendary KG? Big up to you, Brewski, as well. And Rashmano said he's seen Aaron Wan Bissaka at Old Trafford. A lot of teams definitely target him, 100%. So I would just say that in summary, guys, if we close this poll, in summary, that what I'm looking at, would you sell Aaron Wan Bissaka for 10 million or replace for Frimpong? 40% of you saying at the moment, yes, you would do the deal. 25% of you saying no. And 35% says more money. Show me the money. And I agree with you. So we're very close, because it looks like we want to have a different type of player in terms of bombing forward as well. And more money is also required. I will end this poll, guys. Thank you so much for participating. And we will move on to the next story as well, Mark. So in all summary, left back looks like it's going to be a Kirkish. Right back, it looks like we're going to sell Aaron Wan Bissaka. I think we will hold on a little bit, wait for Italian clubs to come in, because they will offer him more money, 100%. And then we will see what happens with the centre back. I think we're moving away from that Brent can't wait, no way. Looks like they are selling Calvin Lewis-Phillips to Aston Villa. That's the money raised, and Amado Onana as well. So they're not going to budge. So we're just going to walk away. There's plenty more centre backs, plenty more to fish in that market as well.
Before you dip into the centre backs, I just wanted to mention something. Some of the guys in the chat, I'm pretty sure they'll be watching the Copa America as well, because I'm not sure if they're watching it with me all the time, but I definitely know that they've been watching it, because I see they mention a left back here that's been, he plays really well. He's been featuring in the Copa America. Big up to you, Madhouse, bro.
Madhouse in the house.
Nkape is a really nice option. I was able to see him play yesterday. I think he is pretty physical, very quick, has a very good engine. He's very competent on the ball, and it might be a cheaper option at the left back area that we might be able to use. I'm not saying I'm scouting him based on the Copa America, but in his current season, I think he plays at for a German club. So I think he does.
Bloody hell! Listen, what's your take on Chelsea? What the hell they are doing at the moment? Why are they getting away with this? This is kind of like insider trading. Everyone seems to be selling the talent to each other for expensive price to get away with the PSR. What the hell is this for loophole? Yesterday, this was this kid. What's his name now? The 17-year-old Brazilian wonder kid.
Gustavo.
I don't know. Yeah, Estava is the bond, something like that. They bloody signed him and they pay 40 million with 30. It's not something 60 million euros with 30 million upfront cash, and they can only register him to play next season. I mean, what the hell? And 9 years bloody contract.
Yeah.
I thought that I thought the Premier League put a cap on like maximum 5 years contract. How the hell did they get away with murder?
Well, I can tell you why. The explanation is simple. The first year of the contract, he's not going to be at a Premier League club. He's going to Strasbourg in France. So that takes out
Really?
that's a loophole that provides them an escape route. And after he spends his first season in France, he's going to turn 18 years old, where he will move to Chelsea at the end of that season with a 5-year deal ready to go.
All right.
Also, I see in the chat there's some breaking news. I don't know if you heard about it.
No, you can go ahead. Control the chat.
I actually did hear about it this morning, right before I saw your stream was live. And Natural in 17, big up to you, bro. Coming in, major breaking news. Ruud van Nistelrooy has been approached to be part of Erik ten Hag's new staff at Manchester United. I think that's an amazing choice. I think Ruud van Nistelrooy has one of those winning mentalities, and he's also been coaching into football, so it's going to be something where maybe he can be the number 2. You know, get in there.
It's and a striker coach as well. Benny McCarthy,
very good. I think this is the marriage for Højlund that we all was talking about in so many different ways, but I think this solution is best because I think Van Nistelrooy, and based on his physique and his style, suits Højlund best for giving advice.
Naciolini, thank you so much for your contribution. You guys are so amazing in the VR room. The best positive information carrying as well. Naciolini, they're like, I haven't seen this, but on the other hand, what's going on? Is Michel van der Gaag leaving, or is this basically a replacement for Benny McCarthy as a striker coach, or is this like assistant coach? Because for Nistelrooy to come in there, man, we are cooking. Right? Okay, respect to Benny McCarthy, but if you look at his physical shape, like he was out of shape, man. Come on, he was. Van Nistelrooy, one of the prolific goal scorers, striker we ever seen at the United shirt, 100%, coming in to work with us. This magic for the front line as well. Assistant coach, it's just part of the coaching staff, meaning he's the striker coach then, or
we don't know. I mean, he could be the striker coach. He could be like a assistant coach. You know, Mitchell, we already know Michel van der Gaag is the number 2, but if we look back at it, Erik ten Hag's initial staff at Ajax was 11 coaches. So maybe he has a number 2 and a guy that also is there, like, 2 number 2s really. So maybe that's how he usually operates. I know some coaches operate like that, even Pep. Yeah. So it's one of those things.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you, Naciolini, for providing the information. Guys, if you have information, please paste it in the chat. Please smash the like button. Let's get up to 100 likes. Mark, my mind is floating at the moment. So much information going on. I love this transfer window. What is the name of Mr. Bayern himself, the reporter? What's his name? Not Plettenberg. What's the other name that's always tweeting about Bayern?
I was about to. Not Plettenberg is as they say, I just forget the guy name. I'll bring it up just now, 1 second, but go on and give the information.
No, I'm just about to, because somebody mentioned that Frimpong is going to Bayern, but he's not. He did an update of what they're doing, and Bayern is basically also looking to swoop in on the loan deal of Xavi Simons as well. They're doing madness, right? What is his name? Come on, guys, help me. Ed Barrett is in the house. Frimpong, saying Frimpong doesn't replace Aaron Wan Bissaka unless we have a system in mind. And that's what we were talking about, Ed, as well. It looks like we are changing the system. You might play 3 in the back with full attacking fullbacks as well. So it looks like we're going to play more of a Christian Falk. Thank you. Let me just Google, because he provided an update regarding
big up Ed Barrett.
Christian Falk. Christian Falk. Yeah, here we go, Mr. Falk. Ja, wie geht's? Gut. He did a tweet update, which I clipped here yesterday. Yes, let me share this, guys. Listen, Bayern, they're going in for João Pelinha. 100% they are. Listen, this guy's, when he tweets about when he tweets about Bayern, he knows Bayern stuff, right? All
Mhm.
right, let me share this to the screen. Let me just add this on. How do I pop this on? Boom, there we go. And I'm gonna increase this. The current transfer list of FC Bayern: Hiroki, 24-year, done deal. What he says. Michael Elise, 24, transfer in the final phase. He says. João Palhinha, third offer from Crystal Palace. He means Fulham. So they're definitely going back in for João Palhinha. Hakan Çalhanoğlu, 30, in contact. Xavi Simons in negotiation, and Jonathan Tah on hold. So there's nothing mentioned about Frimpong here to Bayern. But Bayern is kind of swooping in. They're swooping in on Michael Lise. They're going in back, definitely back for João Palhinha, which they missed out from Fulham last season as well. And Xavi Simons is one of the targets, which is baffling to me, Mark, because he doesn't want to go back to he does not want to go back to PSG for the life of his living head, to be honest. And we are being also linked to him to have him on the loan. So PSG wants to loan him out. Of course, you would sniff around that as well, right?
Of course, of course. I think, I think maybe it might be in our favor. I know Bayern is interested, but let's not forget that, he had a season in the German league, and going to Bayern, I know he's a player that backs himself. He's confident in his ability, but he's going to have to compete for a starting position. There's lots of players in their midfield currently, and they're buying more. I think he would do well to come to United on a loan. I think that's probably where he wants to go. Maybe not just United, but the Premier League. I think he's been fancying it for quite some time now. And I've heard that the reports are, it might be something that, we could get him on a loan with an option. And yeah, it might be perfect for us because we were in for him last summer, weren't we?
Yeah, of course we were. Of course we were. Moving away, guys, because 51 likes and halfway there to Mick gets done to get a chicken dance. Let's not chicken out. If you want to see the famous chicken dance, we need to at least get 100 likes. And if you get to 60 likes, Mark will even do something bigger than that.
I don't know. I'll make something up.
You make a meal out of the chicken, won't you? It's a Sunday roast edition, guys. Listen, let's move on. Bayern seems to be hoovering up. Bayern is the vacuum cleaner of Germany. They're the hoovers. How can I Z helps you, right? So they're hoovering up everything. Guys, we're speaking about Box Clever, and I know it is a little bit controversial, but I still think that this is a deal to be made. I think that this is a target from last season, and this is something for free, right? I know what you're thinking. But Erik ten Hag has made Adrien Rabiot as his priority midfield target this summer, according to Court Offside. We've spoken about this yesterday. We mentioned this the other day as well. I want to hear your opinion, guys. We've done a poll regarding this. Rabiot on free. He's a clever hybrid 6 and 8. Right? There's low risk. There's no money to be spent. Maybe a sign-on fee. You might deal with his mother-in-law, right? We're not going to marry his mother, of course. She's a tricky customer. You know how she snubbed Murta 100%. But he doesn't want to renew his contract at Juventus. How old is Rabiot? 27. Still fucking good engine, I would say. Right? Tall, better than Scott McTominay. There's no risk. You might end up paying him 200K a week, 250 maximum, right? But the output that you get, an option off the bench, United will be having such a great midfield, and that is what we're missing. I look at the footballing side of it rather than personal side of his mother. What do you think? Exactly. What you say?
I think we should sign him up now before the tournament's over. We shouldn't be giving any other team a chance to get in negotiations with him. I think the deal is going to be very good. Now, Jeff, I understand, my bro. I know we are trying to stay away from the drama. I know the reports about his mom. I know Veronica is a tough customer, and she probably does create some problems. But if you look at the costing and the risk factor involved, like Nick is saying, he's a talented player, 27 years old. He comes in with experience. He can help Kobe Mainoo develop into a much better player. He can help the other young midfielders as well.
Yeah,
coming into the squad, like a young Collier that's going to come in, Dango Jr. as well. And, he provides an option off the bench that, maybe I think some guys might be thinking after they see him play, he should be starting. So it's a cheap deal. It's a kind of deal we might need to do. Remember, we have 4 competitions to be facing next season, and we're going to need some squad depth. He's 29, I think. And 29 for 2 years, I don't think that's a bad deal, guys. It's not like a long-term thing. It's just something for someone to come in, provide that experience, help on the field, showing experience, and that's it.
No, listen, guys, I just created a poll. Get your votes in the poll as well. But for you, this is no. I want to hear your argument. Why no? Is it more of a connotation because the baggage that comes with his mother, or I'm simply don't look at the baggage, right? I look at for a football ability and what it's going to do with the team. I want the team to be transformed. One thing that's been a major concern is the midfield, the gaping hole. It's been always there. We have the famous donut hole ever since, like, arguably to say since we haven't had a proper midfield. Like we tried to build a midfield around, Pogba. That didn't work. Like we didn't back Pogba whatsoever, right? We tried to play with Scott McTominay and Fred, and that was just didn't work, right? This season we had a Casemiro which legs was gone, and we have banked on the revolution of Kobe Mainoo. Now we have to build around Kobe Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes, and I think Bruno Fernandes' job is more to play as behind the striker thing. So we need strong midfielders, right? So why are you saying no for a free transfer that can elevate your team, provide that robust energy? Scott McTominay, I call him Skippery Scott. Like, he can come in, as an impact pass sub, like, to score your goals. But at the end of the day, we need a fucking good midfielder, like somebody that can run, that has engine. And I looked at the profile of, what's his name? What's his name? Jesus Christ, so many players running in my head. Yusuf Fofana. Yusuf Fofana reminds me of a Pogba type, right? Stocky, tall, good on the ball. 20 million, you can do the deal. 25. 100% we can get that one deal in. But if you get one for free, man, like we got with Ericsson, that was a free signing, low risk. We can you can even get a profit out of him, like in a 3 years contract. That's it, right?
100%, Mick. 100%. It's one of those things. You got to look at it. You got to look at it in the perspective that, of course, some of the deals that we might have to do is not deals that we would exactly be our first choice, but it's circumstantial. We don't have that facilitation to just do all the amazing signings in this one summer.
No.
I feel like
it's not,
we need to box clever, like Burbo was saying earlier. Boxing clever is going to be the highlight of this transfer window. We would most likely, guys, if we get two marquee signings, say a João Neves, we get a Xerxes, maybe we get a Lenny Yoro, or we get a Inacio at the back, and then we fill up the rest with 2 or 3 other players that come in as additional backup, like another midfielder, another defender. Maybe get a left back as well.
Listen, big up Brandon Lewis. Can somebody call somebody in Greater Manchester to go up and try to find that hyena bones? Because Paul Pogba curses apparently. Listen, Paul Pogba's totally disappeared. I was thinking about Paul Pogba the other day. Like, he's totally gone. Like, he's like, Jesus, what a career, and how did he destroy his career? Anyway, just guys, imagine VR room and everyone. Just think of from a footballing perspective, right? Cool. You get in a João Neves, the most up-and-coming, prolific midfielder, hybrid 6'8", the most talented, sorted in Europe for 75 million. That is a deal that can be made, right? You get a Rabiot for free, engine, hybrid 6'8", right? You might even get a Fofana in for cheap. What a midfield you already have. Seriously. Plus the academy youth players are coming up the range as well. That is problem solved. Plus you solve that, centre-back issues as well. Because everyone knows that the problem that we had was the midfield and the back, in the back as well. If we sort and plug that hole, all of a sudden we'd be a different animal. Like, of course, not everything is going to be solved in one window. But if you address those issues, oh my daisy. So the poll is currently going, and let me see what you guys are saying here. 31 votes. Thank you much for voting. Would you sign Rabiot for free? And believe it or not, the community has voted 65%. Hell yeah. So guys, you see that from a footballing perspective. Thank you. I'm going to end this poll right now. And in courtesy from also Roshmano, that also mentioned this before, and that is kind of the breaking news exclusive coming in from Fabrizio Romano, saying exclusive. Ruud van Nistelrooy has been approached to be part of Erik ten Hag's new staff at Manchester United. Up to Van Nistelrooy, as he's also a strong candidate to be the new Burnley manager to replace Company. Decision next week. Changes could take place at MUFC staff. Guys, Mark, Manchester United coming knocking on your door. You're an ex-Manchester United legend player, or would you take the Burnley job? Relegation Burnley.
I mean, there's a two-sided thing in this. One, you have to think about what Ruud wants to do with his career going forward, what he thinks is the best option for him.
Yeah,
100%. Maybe he might,
yeah.
He might like the idea of the Burnley job. I probably would, as if I was to be in his position, thinking, you know what, I'm a young coach. I want to develop. I'm going to a team that's not in the Premier League, but then tier right below. I could have a way to find my feeding. They just came out of the Premier League, so they have some funds. They can help me prepare for this season. But then you get a knock from a team you've played for, one of the top teams in the Premier League, and they're like, listen, come join our coaching staff. You know, we know you know us. You know, we see your ability. You know, you can come here and develop more. You can come here and help us win, get us back where we want to be, and then you can decide if you want to stay here or move on and get that coaching job. We will help facilitate that in the best of our ability. It could be a two-tier situation.
Please, for the love of God, Ruud van Nistelrooy also used to be a coach as well. He coached at help me run PSV as well. PSV. Jeez, listen, what pulls better, like, you know, to go to Burnley champions team or to come to United and make a difference? Please make this happen. Ruud van Nistelrooy is a coaching staff as well. Strikers will thrive under Ruud, 100%. He was a coach at PSV, according to Kenny Fan TV as well. Guys, let us know in the section here as well. Burba is saying Ruud might have it in his head how close Erik ten Hag was to getting sacked. He might want the United job down the line. It might be the case. You might look at it that way, Burba. Thank you for. He might be so. I come in here. Maybe Ten Hag gets the sack, I'll be promoted. Dude, no brainer. But the question comes down, what do you want, Ruud?
Exactly. And
hey, Ruud, don't be rude. Hey, Ruud, don't be rude. Choose Manchester United. God damn. Anyway,
it's interesting what is times and good news, positive vibes. I feel like we've been in a bit of a in-between purgatory for the last couple of weeks, and now with everything, the decisions being made, we're starting to move forward in strides. You know, signings haven't happened yet, but we already heard news that we'll possibly make 1 or 2 signings. We know we're really going to make signings after July 1st. So it could be quick, fast, and heavy on the cut. A lot of incoming players and outgoings as well. So
Danny B is saying, I said it here on before, bringing in Ruud or Rooney as attacking coach and Ineos would mean business, 100%. Listen, there's one position, Mark, that is more critical, that is vacant, that we need to get a preferred, you know, to a point before anything else. You know what that is?
That's the gardening leave extension for in 2025, when we're actually going to get that DOF.
Screw that guy. He will sit there and rot in court at arbitration. Reports coming out to say that we are not desperate. We will sit there and wait. He will join us in March next year. But in that case, we need to appoint a lumberjack. You know what? Head lumberjack, because we need to cut out that dead wood.
100%.
Chop the dead wood out. Chop the dead wood, and we have a very interesting moment in front of us, because coming up with an uppercut, of course, we have a super chat. Super chat, super chat, super chat. Super chat. And coming in with the 10 Aussie dollars all the way from Adelaide, Australia, it's the one and only Mr. Steele himself, Jeff, coming in to say, guys, Rabiot would come here with his baggage, so why are you dismissing my Alvarez from West Ham theory? I'm not dismissing, I'm just saying, played him with Ten Hag at Ajax and would be perfect to partner up with Manu in CM, in my your opinion. Jeff, I love you to pieces. First and foremost, thank you for your 10 Aussie dollars donation. Listen, what we were talking about Alvarez, we're talking about the Mexicano captain that plays from Aston Villa. It was reported that Ten Hag is really interested in him. Right, Mark? It was as a
100%.
CDM. But it's going to be a difficult deal to do from West Ham, apparently. Depends on mucho dineros, my friend. Mucho, how much money, yeah? Show me
Yeah,
the money.
there's one slight problem again, Jeff. The only reason I know, and I was gonna meant to talk about a lot about Alvarez
Injury
because
prone.
I heard a lot of people talking about Alvarez and he's from the Dutch league and whatnot and whatnot. But I see him a lot from CONCACAF at Mexico, and I saw him a lot at Ajax. I saw him at West Ham, and I think this guy comes in with an energy and aggression, a temperament that says I want to win, and a never say die attitude, and he gives everything on the field. The biggest
How's
problem
his
is
injury
last
record?
night against Jamaica, he pulled a hamstring, Jeff, and
Yeah.
he had to come off immediately. The game, he had to come off immediately. His Copa America tournament is over. It's done. He's going home.
17, without even taking away, Nacholini 17 comes in to say Alvarez injury next 5 months. A hamstring is a hamstring.
100%. Yeah, he pulled
So
his hamstring in the first half of the game. I think it was on the 35th minute. You know, there's a little bit. He was making a stretch for the ball, being contested, and his second step, and he was down. And
dude,
hats
do
off
you
to the
know?
players on the field because they
No,
supported
hats
him.
off. I don't mind, but you know, my point of view is that we should sign players with less injury record. That's the thing, right? We want players to be available at the moment. I don't know Rabiot's injury record, but I can't really recall that he has got so many injuries. He seems to be available. He's a box to box. And it comes down to the baggage is his mother, but I don't look at his mother. I look at his playing ability and what we need, Jeff, on that pitch. You know, everyone's got baggage, right? Everyone comes with the baggage. The thing is, his mother being his agent, she will only be there for the negotiations of salaries, but she will not play on that position, right? We're not going to marry his mother. You know what I mean? So
100%.
big up,
And
Jeff
the one thing
Steele.
I just wanted to mention this is Alvarez's first major injury for this year, you know, and in last season he had one or two niggles, but it wasn't like an injury, you know what I mean? He's not injury prone, but last night it was difficult. I had to say I was looking at him last night because I was like thinking, yeah, this guy could come to United and help us improve drastically. And when he got injured, I was shocked because he's usually one of Mexico's most fit players. So
yeah, right. 100%. Thank you, Rashmano, for sending in a tweet from my friend Jonas Adnan Giver, Norwegian journalist. I'm going to bring him to the show one day. We've been talking for ages. He's more into La Liga, and there is a little bit of a debate on you know, what's going on with the current situation, what Villa is doing. Like, you know, basically Alice, our friend Alice Abrams, and it's Talk Football. Big up Alice. Chelsea sells Maatsen to Villa. Chelsea buys Kellyman of Villa for 20 million, despite his valuation being 1 million. And having played less than 150 minutes for professional football, Villa signs Lewis Dobbin from Everton for 10 million, though this valuation in what the hell is going on here? What is the dribbling? And Jonas comes out to say these things Juventus were deducted points for in Serie A last season. Guys, what the hell is going on here? What are they doing?
Well, I think that they're trying to be creative. You know, a lot of I don't think there's too much of a conspiracy there. We know two of those clubs are clubs that supporting Manchester City's litigation against the Premier League. So maybe you could say Chelsea's probably doing it to make a statement.
But it looks like they're in cahoots. They're speaking like there are these three suspects: Chelsea, Aston Villa, and Everton, and Newcastle. These are the ones that are always working together and working against Premier League for some reason with their ownership. As they need to sell players to stay within the financial regulations. And this is dubious, guys. Like, you know, are these guys talking to each other? How can we help us out? How can we help each other out? Okay, I have an idea. Let's do this. Let's do that. Shit, we might as well, like, you know, hey, by the way, we might as well just, you know, loan out our players to Luzon.
I mean,
yeah,
in a way,
Yeah,
you
why
know,
not
it
you
might
just like,
sound
hey, sell Todibo to Lausanne, we loan him in, and then we buy him with an obligation to buy. Problem solved.
probably. But you see, the thing is, you know, like I'm not gonna knock it too much right now because somehow I get the feeling Man United is gonna have a laugh in that situation. I think we're gonna do some crazy deals coming up in a couple windows with other teams in the Premier League. Don't forget, there's Ipswich coming up. There's also Leicester coming up. You know what I mean? There's quite a bit of teams coming up and other teams in the Premier League that are friendly with United, and you never know. We could be the ones to be,
Yeah.
plotting a super coup in the next few months. So I
Yeah.
won't knock it too soon. It's always good to see clubs
But it's
do this
suspicious.
kind
Like,
of
you know, we
business.
know that UEFA loves the brown paper envelope, and you know that FIFA loves the brown paper envelope, and there's suspicious within the Premier League, and you know. There was a report the guy that leaked out all the City files is back to attack again. So City looks cooked. He was the one that hacked in and got all the files and leaked it out, the whistleblower. Cooper Andy says, yes, Mick, in cahoot. And yes, it's legal. The Premier League fumbled this again. They found a loophole.
100%.
And then you speak to Chelsea fans and they go like, okay, we are buying all these youngsters players. We're splashing the cash. But if it's not successful, they'll be in the bloody mud. And I'm just wondering, where is this big pocket of money coming? Because they sold the stadium, right? They don't own the stadium. They're selling hotels and they find loopholes and spending over 1.2 billion already on players acquisitions. And the thing is, like, you know, they go and offer contracts on 8 years to 9 years. And I was like, how's that legal? How's that legal? And why are not they investigating this, right? But so why
No,
can't Manchester United do the same thing? Like regarding Todibo, I said it before, nobody's reporting it. If you read that UEFA report, it clearly states if two clubs are in the same competition, UEFA competition, you cannot do the transfer. That means that you cannot play Todibo in UEFA. But UEFA, FA, and Premier League is two different entities. So basically, you can still go and buy Todibo, play him on in the Premier League and the FA Cup and everything, but don't play him in the Europa League. And that's only for 1 year.
yeah,
So
and see,
screw that.
what I'm saying is that, Mick, I agree with you. I think you're looking at it from the perspective, why can't United do these things, right? But if you look at it from the perspective, are we set up to be able to facilitate these options? And I don't think that's the case. I think, yeah, we have a talented young academy, we have talented players in our squad, but I don't think our backroom staff and negotiation staff are capable yet. So I think when Barada steps in a few weeks and they start getting work done, more people come in.
Yeah.
I think we're going to set
Good
up
stuff.
ourselves in a way we might be
Good
conducting
stuff.
these like this going forward. So
As a consumer watchdog, of course, we look what the neighbors are doing. But at the end of the day, we're here just to focus on us. Jeff Steele is saying, not to mention Palace and Everton shirt deals, one which was headed by a dead female TikTok person. I never heard about this one anyway.
I heard about that recently. I wasn't sure if it was true.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Just looking what Brendan Chappelle is saying as well. Well, considering there's no transfer fee, he might want 200K a week. That's Rabiot. And you got to look at that because there's one thing what Chelsea is stuck at. If we're talking about Chelsea has this ridiculous rule. They're not going to offer more than 150K a week. If you want to attract players, you're screwed, mate. You know, you're screwed because they can go to Barcelona, Real Madrid, get 500K a week. Like 150 is nothing in today's modern wages in football, right? So even if Manchester United said a 250 cap a week, right, that's fine. You know, it ain't going to cost you anything. But we've got a Rabiot, maybe a sign-on fee, but you're paying 200K a week. It's nothing. And he's worth it. He's got the experience, right? So you got to balance it out. But to pay 140 million for Brentwaite, that is ludicrous. That means if you pay Brentwaite 140, he will be more than Licha. More than Licha. For a guy that played, one season and under Everton, right? And he played, where was it? In PSV, was it? One season on loan. 75 million plus 140. Get out of town. Boof.
Exactly.
But when you look at the more experience, what Rabiot might bring, of course he's worth that money. 100%. He is.
100%. And if you think about it, think about the perspective. You're not paying 20 million for Rabiot, right? If you pay him 10 million over 2 seasons, that's not too bad. You know what I mean? In the grand scheme of things, we already cut our wage bill by about 30 million already for the year. You know, we're probably going to cut it another
Yeah.
20-30 million again.
Jamie, you sent us a tweet which I can not open for my computer, which is a tweet. Guys, let me know what this is. If you, I cannot click on it and open it because I'm controlling here. Mark, can you go and see what it is?
Yeah, I'm going to
Because
check
we have.
and see.
Yeah. I big up Cat as well. What you're saying, Everton is taking the mick. Yeah, on a Sunday they are. But anyway, yeah, in your opinion, Bruno and Licha is our top earner. Should be. It's all about the hacker is back. Yes, 100%. The hacker is back. It's about the hacker that is out. I mean, he got punished. I think he's got jail time for actually blowing and showing the truth, right? The freedom of speech doesn't exist anymore. Where are we in the like section? There is over 200 of people viewing at the moment, live from all channels. I promise if we get up to 100 likes, Mark will do the chicken dance, not Mick. Right, Mark? Will you do it?
Maybe. I'll try.
Let
All
me
right,
see.
I'll bring it to the stage because I just opened it up. So maybe if you want to talk about it, I'll just put it
Yeah,
in
sure,
here so
right.
you can see.
Let's bring it to the stage. We're one hour into the stage and we've got a little bit of extra time. So what's going on here, Mark? Bring it up. Bring it to this people attention. Here we go. Right, you're gonna add it on? I add it to the stage.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Justin Rui Pinto, who accessed thousands of Man City emails and leaked many of their media in 2018, claims he has given authorities in Germany and France millions of incriminating documents. These documents, he says, will demonstrate criminal relevance. The 35-year-old has been a witness protection since 2020. Last year, a Portuguese court gave him a 4-year suspended sentence for attempted extortion in an illegal data access, sparing him prison time. And the report basically says, what the other reports are saying that this is linked to is saying that what the information he has given, it kind of proves and pinpoints where Man United illegalities were in the deals that they've been doing. So in an
You
accurate
mean
way to
Man
say,
City, not Man
proves their
United.
guilt, and now they are going to be probably on the deadline to, what's to a judgment that's
Whoa.
more negative than they expected, because I'm pretty
So
sure that
let
they
me
will
get
be
this
saying
right. Let me correct you. You said Man United. So you mean Man City, basically. He's been on a witness
Man
protection
City,
since
sorry.
2020. Yeah, he's been under witness protection since 2020, but he's been some pressured by the Portuguese government. They gave him a 4-year suspended sentence for attempting to extortion and illegal data access, meaning that the UAE or Abu Dhabi has been pressuring the Portuguese government to say, do something about this. You know how this works, right? But it's got to come to a conclusion. The UEFA president said, we know you're guilty. They've seen the evidence. That's the thing, right? So my point of view regarding this, I don't know what you guys are saying. The corruption needs to stop. It needs to be fair play. You can't just come in as okay, big up Newcastle. They didn't go and splash the cash. They can't simply overinflate the budget and sponsorship when everyone knows that where's this money coming from? Look at your fan base. You can't hardly fill Etihad, right? This is unrealistic. So if you have nothing to prove, just come out to the table and show us the evidence, right? I think they're going to get done.
If it was a few weeks or a month ago, I was thinking it's impossible. They're going to get done. Money talks, and you know what walks. But at the same time, well, hearing this and when I read the sentence in witness protection, it says to me that there's some major developments in this case. It says to me that there's some proof of guilt, and they need to keep this guy safe so he can make his
right,
give his interpretation and give be a witness, basically. So yeah.
Okay, well, it's time. It's football. We just want to focus on football. But when you're cheating, I think it's not fair. And when you see this shady shit going around, like what they're trying to extort the loophole, Aston Villa trading players with this one, selling academy play for 40 million. it's just shady shit. Guys, we are up to 1 hour and 40 minutes. There's over 200 views. Get your likes in. If we get over 100 likes, you will see a chicken dance for Mick and Mark. You know what to do. Finger the like button in there. I want to finish off with talking about Desiree Doué. I've done some research. I've looked at the player, and what I've seen, I was shocked, Mark. Like, why haven't I heard of this player before? Desiree Doué, 181, left winger, can play right winger. This ball, he's got a magnet. The ball is like stick to his. He's so bloody good, stocky. But the thing is, he's also good at retracting the ball, break up a play as a winger. Have you seen much about Desiree Doué, by the way?
I haven't seen a lot of him. I've watched a few clips online since I've been hearing about the reports, and he has not been amazingly prolific. But what I can say, in the minutes that he's got for the performance that he's given, he is certainly a talent. You know what I mean? He's someone that not only can play left wing, he can play right, he can play attacking midfield as well. So he's very versatile.
Mark, just do me a favor. Compare Desiree Doué to the talent, the Brazilian talent that Chelsea just bought, the 17-year-old. You will see it's the same bloody profile. You see the style of play that they play. This guy is sick. I was watching numerous compilation videos, some matches that he's participating. 30 million euro. He's contracted to 2026. This is a future Ballon d'Or winner, right? So there's reports saying that Manchester United are looking at him if we sell Greenwood or Sancho. This guy can play both right wing, left wing, and he can play, let's see, profile. Let me see. Let me see if this is loading up. Slow internet today. Okay, 50% in the starting 11. He made 31 appearances as a youngster, 4 goals, 5 assists, 50% of these 31. Like he started 15 games, Mark, basically. 53 minutes in game, 7% in goal participation. But his main position is left wing. He can also play as an attacking midfielder and a right wing. Dude, this guy is sick. I tell you, this guy is the bomber, right? If we don't snatch him up, we will regret it. He will be worth 150 million pounds eventually. And you can get him for 20 million. That's a steal. Now, the reason why I'm saying this, because Chelsea walked away. They're not looking for that type of striker. They're looking to get Jonathan David in. Go ahead, be my guest. Take a Jonathan David. We don't really want him. So Chelsea moved away from even acquire a winger at the moment. But if we sell, we need to replace. If we sell Greenwood, if we sell Sancho, we need to replace. So this is one that I would look at, and this is the one that we're linked on. So if you haven't seen much of him, Mark, I suggest that you, after the stream, jump onto YouTube and check out the compilations, man, or any live video.
I'm definitely going to be checking him out over the next couple of days. I also think there's a few options that we will also be looking at as well. I think he's one of the best. I think his age and his current talent and his potential screams, yeah, go get this guy. Some people might think 30 million might be a big deal, but when you convert it into pounds, it might be somewhere in the region of 18 million pounds. Maybe we could get this deal done for a little bit cheaper. Maybe send a player across there in exchange with some cash, that a player that like a Hannibal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he's not a striker. If you look at the map, Royden Frost is asking. He's more of a left winger. He can play. He's versatile. This guy is so good on the ball, unbelievable. Left winger, attacking midfield, and right winger. So he can play multiple positions. But at Lille, he's been playing left wing, right? He's 2-footed. So he can play with both feet. What do you call it? Ambiguous or something like? What's the word for
ambidextrous?
Ambidextrous, right? 181 tall, stocky guy. This, I mean, 2-footed, can play in multiple positions. So 20 bloody million you can get him from. And I think, like, good that we walked away from Olise. This is the next up and coming Ballon d'Or winner. This is the talent that you want, and I would say splash the cash on him if you sell Greenwood or Sancho.
Yeah, I know. I think Juventus are going to be heavy favorites to sign Jadon Sancho. I think that's a deal that's going to happen. I think we could definitely look for it. Yeah, we like Scalvini, but Scalvini is just like Alvarez at the moment. They both have major injuries that are going to keep them out for the next 5 months,
Yeah,
so they won't be able to
I
do
think
any medicals.
I think another bullshit link that we saw regarding Chiesa potential swap deal with Mason Greenwood will not happen. It will never happen. Juventus Chiesa. No.
Those
If that was
some
a couple of years ago, yes, sure, I will jump on it.
Yeah,
But Chiesa now, nah.
I think a lot of fans think it might be a good deal. Some fans might be mad at me. I think selling him is one thing. 40, 50 million, yeah, we can do that. But trading him for Chiesa, especially when Juventus is the team making the offer, is a bad deal. Because that has to mean to me that they think this guy is better than Chiesa, so they want him more than they want to keep Chiesa, who they didn't want to sell last season to anyone,
Yeah.
which makes
We
it
got
very
some more
interesting.
breaking news coming from Rushmane as well. That according to TalkSport, Newcastle considered chasing on striker Callum Wilson this summer. But furthermore, according to Alex Crook, is also saying that Olise to Bayern Munich is now a done deal. Congratulations, Michael Olise, for choosing a big club in Bayern Munich. And I believe that Vincent Kompany will cook with these players, right? 100%. Regarding Sancho. Rushmane is saying he would take a loan with an obligation to buy. I see a danger in that one, Rushmane, because we need the money. We don't want to be dicked around by any of those clubs. I would say just show us the money, and Sancho is all yours.
Mick, Jack Rylland is coming in. I see Royden Force came in before. I also think this guy is very interesting, a talent. He plays for
Nico
Spain.
Williams, yeah.
He's been the best player for Spain, in my opinion, this in the Euros.
Yeah,
All
but
he
Nico
does
Williams,
is goal.
the surprise he's got coming on a cheap 47 million release clause, right? And yeah, for me, if you go for Nico Williams and compare Nico Williams with Doku yesterday in Belgium, Nico Williams has more end product than Doku. I say Doku will spin you like a record run, like a record, baby. No end product, He's just a spinster, like he just move like Jagger. He got to move like Jagger, but there's no end product, right? He was lucky enough that his shot in the FA Cup final went in. I know Nana did a blunder, but I don't see Doku being more than I don't know, it's just stirring up the pot. But if you compare him and Nico Williams, I like Nico Williams as a winger. But will we go for him? I don't think so. I don't see we're linked to him. That means that we got to sell Rashford. You're on mute.
Probably means we might have to sell Rashford, but I also think about it, and I've been thinking about it recently. If Greenwood must go, I think that guy's the only guy I would accept as a replacement. I don't think anyone else is going to give me the same kind of energy that I'm looking for.
Yeah. Rushmane is saying Frimpong could play as a right winger, multiple positions. Really, I agree with you, man. He could. Listen, it's going to be a very fantastic, interesting window. I love the transfer window because I like getting into the speculations, rumors, X, Y, Z. You know what I mean? Yorkshire Cowboy in the house. Good. Rashford is done. Rashford needs to sort himself out. Everyone knows what I think regarding Rashford. Nothing against the player, but he's not consistent enough. I call him the Centurion man. Go look at his stats. One season, he has a crap season, scored 5 to 8 goals. Next, he pulls in a blunder, scores 20 plus goals. And now it's just up and down. And then he's got his cheeky brother as an agent, Dwayne Winard, talking gash right there. I don't see it. I think that the way we're heading is pretty much to formalize a team that has togetherness. And oh my God, speaking about togetherness, we have some breaking news coming in here. Big up Rush Mano. Oh my God. Big up legend Rushmane, who just came in with an uppercut coming from nowhere, like all the pitch storming fans that want to take selfies with Cristiano Ronaldo yesterday. But Rushmane comes in with a surprise 20 gifted memberships, and we're going to shout out to the Yorkshire Cowboy. that came in here as well, but he didn't become a member, basically. Manchester United 7, welcome to the family. John Johnson was also gifted a membership. Welcome to the family. Karim Ojil was also gifted a membership. And Kingdom FC, Lee Richard, and let me see, Sion, Alistair Dirks, Cooper Andy as well was gifted a membership. And Tank de Sherman, Admiral Drex, Drexy, Royden Frost, Reese Waters, Boo, Rabina Kauser, Edward Reed, Alex Marman, Alan was gifted a membership. And what else? Byron Francis and Ricardo Trusky, and Curtis87 was gifted a membership. So big up. If I missed to shout you up, like, you know what to do, guys. This is simple. Rush Mano, he's one of our legends that keep gifting. Big up, send Rush Mano his love hearts. Massive thanks to Rush Mano, and welcome to the family. And guys, since you've been gifted a membership, just want to bring it to the attention. Fantastic. We are going to make membership content, more live streams for you members as we're growing over to 300, 400 members as well. But just because you were gifted a free membership, that means that after 30 days, there's no more membership. It's up to you. I'm not, just putting out there. €1 or 99 pence costs you just to be a Realist TV supporter. And that brings us to, we can do amazing content. We can put in a lot of people in here, different diverse content and panel. And you can also come in and just, that goes into the development of a website, to be honest, right? So thank you so much, right? Seriously, thank you so much if you're supporting us, and keep coming, keep telling everyone about this channel. We have the amazing, I would say, Mark, we have the best community that I've ever seen so far, like, in the chat. Nothing negative. Everything is clean and dandy.
Good, all good opinions, different opinions, a varying bunch, dynamic set of guys. We love the VR rumors. They keep us company on all over this channel. They come to my channel. Sometimes I'm doing 3 streams a day for the watch-alongs for Euros, and they're there back to back showing their support.
Yeah.
Gotta love you guys.
All
Thanks so much. Big up to all of you legends.
Thank you so much. And guys, just a quickly reminder, also, what we've been working on 100% is, where the hell did that go? João Neves. Yeah, guys, look, as the transfer window is looming, I want to promote something here. We have our website. We need more traffic. You can read all the news, but we developed something called, the MUFC Transfer 2024. I want to promote this because this is freshly launched. You have the transfer ratings, you have the transfer hardometer, watch all the transfer windows and follow it all to the done deals, right? So get involved right now. It's open. The voting poll is open. Go in and vote for what's your percentage chance for Darren, for Brent Wade. Put it up to 100%, whatever. And get those likes up, because we're going to do the next transfer rating show. You guys going to be involved. Go in there. It's all deals in and all the deals out as well, right? So if you get the concept, what it's going to happen is that you're going to have a transfer hardometer, which is going to follow in live ratings like a Premier League table. And also we're going to follow it to the done deal. Basically, what is a done deal, right? This follows to the done deal, where you can get how much money we actually sold for and how much money did we actually place. So far, we have not a done deal in, but we sold Rafael Varane. It's not really sold. He's out of contract. He's going for 18 million free wages, and Alvaro Fernandez so far, plus Brandon Williams, which I forgot. So the total freed up is 23 million. So that's what I want you to do at the moment. Go into the website, support our growth, become a member, and we are hunky-dory. Bish bada bush bada bush. Fantastic. We've been working on this website, but we need more traffic to come in there. We need your participation. The more the merrier. The more you actually are voting, the better result. So this is all for you guys. This is all your contributions, all your super chats, all your membership gifts go straight into this website. Thank you. Konnichiwa. Thank you. Dankeschön.
Big up, guys. Thanks so much for that. Big up to Mick. Mick has been brilliant in the back room with all his crazy ideas, and he gets them done. He has these ideas, and I don't know how he does it, but it makes them come through. And guys, you gotta, it's gonna be so interesting, summer with the transfers and everything. The hardometer.
Yeah, it's all creative juices that it's up here. The creative juices. My mind never stops working, and I'm always thinking, how can we make better content? How can we be unique, not to sort of regurgitate. Nowadays you just have to create clickbait thumbnails for people even to click. I don't want to make clickbait thumbnails. I want to be creating genuine content that you guys come in and enjoy. Like today, for instance, can we get 100 likes? Where are we in the likes? Can we get 100 likes? No, I don't know. I don't know where we are. Do you know where we are? Where is our counter? Where is Stephanie Griffith? Where are we in the likes? Can we see how many likes we have? I don't see how many likes. Do you? I'm so busy looking at the stream whatsoever. 87 likes. It looks like there ain't going to be a chicken dance. Unless you get a final spurt in. We need 13 more likes to 100. There is over 200 of you. You got a couple of minutes to get in to 100 likes, and you will see something unique. You will see a crazy chicken dance. Was machst du? What is that? Did you fart?
Oh, no.
Did you fart?
No. Just some bugs flying. There are some bugs
sorry. I thought you was like waving away, like just to not look guilty in front of your wife. Like, hey, it wasn't me. It wasn't me.
No, speaking of that, I do have to go in a short because I have some stuff to do. But it was great to be here, guys. It was great to join you, Mick. I missed doing the M&M streams with you. Hopefully we get some more of these streams going this week. Big up to all of you guys coming in the VR room.
11 more. Stick around because people are asking Scotland or Hungary. Who's your pick, Mick and Mark? Ooh,
I'm going with Scotland, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah. I just have a feeling that McTominay is going to score again today. So maybe Scotland does the business.
Yeah. I'm hungry. Will it be a haggis versus goulash suppen? I don't know. I believe Scotland is a great shot. You'll be up for 2. Yeah, just a chip in the put, mate. I think the haggis will win over the goulash today. So on a serious note, it's a Sunday roast, guys. Smash the like button, please. Let's get up to 100. Let's finish off strong. Jack Whelan is in the house, coming in here. Top show, Mick and Mark. Thank you, Jack Whelan.
Thank you, Jack.
And hope whatever you're eating today, Sunday roast is always tradition in my house. But what you having for dinner?
Was du gonna essen? I think we're having takeout for Essen. No cooking today. So
no cooking.
It's gonna be delivery, probably Chinese. I think So it's just one of those things. This Sunday is not the actual Sunday, but still a good day.
Yeah. More TV car. Yes, 100%. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. Probably, it'd probably be something a chicken roast, potentially, right? Some chicken and gravy, 100%. Noah Tidros is coming in with an exclusive news. RVN has been approached, part of it. We already mentioned that, Robin van Persie. We already covered this twice, but thank you, Noah, as well. Great show, everyone. What Stephanie's saying. Oh my God, we are so much getting done. There is 9 more for a chicken dance here. Like 91 likes. 91 likes. And good afternoon, Kingdom FC. Get your likes up ASAP because we are about to close the shop. But if I'm checking out here, I'm closing the shop before the 100. At 99, I pulled the trigger. So yeah, they're not going to be a chicken dance. Right. Big up Kingdom FC. Anyway, Mark. In terms of tradition, what was your tradition when you lived in the island of Trinidad and Tobago? What was your Sunday?
Staple Sundays. There's a Sunday. There are 2 staple meals there's actually 3 staple meals in the country. That's a Sunday lunch, right? The first one is white rice, red beans, a red bean stew with stewed chicken and macaroni pie, which is something like the mac and cheese that they make in London. And that's one. But then there's another one that's usually it's like white rice or potatoes with something called callaloo. And then you do that with either stewed beef or you either do with stewed beef or fish. Sometimes people put pork in it. It's pretty good, amazing. It's 100% vegan unless you add meat to it. Callaloo is like a soup just made of vegetables. So it's pretty awesome.
Right.
And, our country is 1/3 Indian, based on heritage because of, you know, after slavery with stuff like that, they had indentured laborship. So
that's where you have the rice stuff there.
Yeah. So another one of those things is like white rice, or we call it roti, you know, where there's curry with potatoes.
Roti, yeah, I love roti. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Or goat
or
dove,
roti.
those kind of things.
Samosas and roti, I love them. Listen, I grew up in a family, we are carnivores, basically. My dad was a meat specialist. So for us, Sundays was always a roast, you know, on the table with baked with potatoes, all kind of potatoes and gravy and stuff like that. There was always meat on the table. You know, for me to go vegan, I can't do it because this is how I grew up. You know what I mean? I love my meat, so I can't really. But I love all types of food, and for me, Sundays is all to get together with family, you know, share a meal and just, you know, enjoy. And then you sort of fall asleep a little bit, have a little bit siesta, watch a little bit Sunday footy, and that's about it. Kevin Knights go, big up TTTT. Yeah, so where are we at? So we're about to close the shop, and we are coming up to 100 likes, I think. I'm not sure. I don't see the like counting. Stephanie saying, stop it, I'm bloody starving. Me too. I need to go have some dinner. Happy birthday to you, girl. To your girl, Jamie Wynn. Yeah, is it your girlfriend's birthday? John Commode, what you're saying here, your is roast potatoes make a roasting just incredible. Roast potatoes is something good too, right?
Always.
With lots of garlic on.
Yeah.
With lots of garlic. We have something called potato gratin, which is like French style potato, which you cut them in slices, you put it in garlic and cream, and you bake it, and you put sprinkled cheese on top. Oh my God, that potatoes is delish.
Sounds great. Getting me hungry. And guys, I'm sorry that I'm not going to be able to make it for the 100 likes, but I'm getting called. I have to go. And Mick, thank you for having me.
Anytime. Thank you for coming in. This was not really planned for you to come in, but always appreciating. Go follow Mark and the Mark MUSC fan on Twitter, and also Mark has his own channel. He's the master of doing, like, you know, I don't know how many watch-alongs you guys are doing. You're crazy. You're doing 3 watch-alongs a day, right?
Well, actually, it's been 5 for the last couple of days because Copa America started. So we've just been doing watch-alongs. Today is going to be a lot less. Because the games are in pairs today. They're double headers. So you're going to see Scotland take on Hungary at the same time as you see Spain take on Germany take on Switzerland. So that's at 8 p.m. UK time, guys. So join us if you're free. Come to the channel, have a great time. It's going to be interesting.
Right, Mark, thank you for coming, brother, and enjoy. Go check out Mark's channel as well. He does all the live streaming. He does all the Euro, Copa America watch-alongs, and yeah, hope to see you in Mark's chat as well, guys. Thank you, Mark, for coming in. Glory Manchester United. I'm going to take it over from here because I'm going to close off this VAR room. 93 likes, and I'm just going to read some of your chat before we go. Thank you, Mark, for coming in, guys. There is something that is on the table tonight, and it's 93 likes, but some of you says that Yorkshire pudding is also something on the Sunday traditional. I like Yorkshire pudding. It's not bad. Shepherd's pie. Oh, I can see that as well. Great show from you. Kat is saying my downfall is roast potatoes. I love them. Yeah, roast potatoes is good. Some of you, Ed Barrett is vegetarian. Rushman is saying great show. Take care, and we are not gonna reach 100 likes. And DK Wilson, big up to you as well. 93 likes. USA is the host for tonight, according to John Kermode. I think, John, you were in US as well by memory. I can't really do that tonight. I would love to. I don't have the patience to sit through a watch along. And Brian Foskett agrees that we have 10 million for Aaron Wan Bissaka. It's a joke. Shit, we are 5 away from a chicken dance. Guys, get your likes in here. Stephanie, keep those coming. Excellent show as per usual. Before we even get up to 100 likes, I'm just going to sort of summarize what we've spoken about. It's been a brilliant community conversation today. We spoke about Aaron Wan Bissaka getting a bid in from Fenerbahce, I think it was, or Galatasaray was. They are interesting. He agreed sort of a personal terms, 4-year contract, and they want to offer Manchester United 10 million euros. Manchester United are willing to say 15 million euros. He's got 1 year left on his contract. That is going to be the one to watch. We spoke about the centre-back situation. We spoke about a lot of things here regarding Rabiot on a free. Ten Hag wants Rabiot, and we will see where we end up in the transfer window. This is going to be a very interesting window. A lot of players going out. Luke Shaw needs to be looked at. And a lot of things. And we spoke about meals, what you like for a Sunday roast. And we are just about to wrap it up because John Commode is, I'm jealous. He's in Florida. Big up, mate. Think the game is in Texas. So, John, you are definitely going to go and see the pre-tour as well. We need 5 more likes. I'm having a chicken. Shit, I might have a chicken if we get 100 today as well. I'm having a chicken roast as well. By the looks of it ain't going to be 100 likes, and I'm pressed for time because we are approaching 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is the close of season. You will not get a chicken dance, but thank you for trying, guys. If you're watching this in retrospective, please give this video a like and join this community. Thank you, people. It's been brilliant to have you. 96 like. I'm getting away with murder here. For once and for all, you're not going to get a chicken dance unless something drastic come in. I just want to shout everyone out as well. Thank you as well for Jeff Steele for your super chat as well. Always a legend in the house. Rushman as well for gifting 20 freaking membership. Welcome to the family, guys. And this is it. This is it. This is it. It's been a great show. I 100% agree, Noah. I really enjoy doing this Sunday show. And you know what? That's it, people. It's time to say goodbye. Time to have some dinner. Enjoy the rest of the evening. And glory, glory, Manchester United. Enjoy your Euro football. And we shall see you to the next video. And what to say? It's been fantastic talking to you guys. But until then, Mick's got to go for dinner. I'm starving, and so do you. Thank you for watching, guys. And keep watching. Keep coming back. Glory, glory, Manchester United. And peace, love, go bananas. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for stopping by and watching MUFC Realist TV. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on the socials.